market was green, dominance was dropping, liquidity was flowing, USDT dominance was dropping, meaning money was being poured into Bitcoin, alts, everything in between. And then on Trump's crypto ball night, hours after, we got a Trump meme coin officially released by him and his team. Unexpectedly, inflows were slow because no one knew. Everyone thought either Twitter was hacked, he got hacked or something, and it was not the case. It was the actual Trump official meme token, and it sucked all the liquidity from the market pretty much.
Yeah,
all of it.
A lot of people flew over to Trump token.
It really sucked all the liquidity out. Let me load this up. So at peak price, pretty much, it had a fully diluted value of about $64 billion.
Wow.
And each token at that time was worth about $64. It actually could have been a higher fully diluted value. Let me pull up. Let me see if I can see a Trump token real quick. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, so it actually peaked around a $77 billion market cap, because it did peak at 77 for the most part. So, yeah, 77 billion flew into the Trump token, which is an astronomical number, just taking liquidity from everything else, because more money didn't really pump in. People just sold everything else to hop on that.
Yeah.
And within really a couple of hours, people were turning $1 million. Well, one guy specifically turned $1 million to $120 million. I am unaware if he was able to sell, if he sold, or anything else. I just know he went from 1 to 120 real fast.
Wow.
There are people who bought $20, $30, and
he
it was
did
$2,000-$3,000.
That guy did what you're supposed to do: buy the rumor, sell the news, or at least he bought the rumor.
I don't know if he sold the news.
Yeah, he definitely bought the rumor. He's like, Trump token? Yeah. Say less. No verification needed. But to be $1 million in on a move like that, that's kind of crazy.
Nah, that's ballsy.
Yeah, that takes conviction.
Only 20% of the supply is out. The other 80 is held by multiple Trump-owned entities.
Yeah,
making about the 80%, and that they have a very aggressive what's the word I'm looking for? Unlock period. I don't know the exact numbers, but I know it's an aggressive one.
I think I do remember seeing that one of the holders was Fight like Incorporated or something like that.
Correct, yeah.
And if I recall, I saw it was like a 5-year unlock vesting period. But if you're saying it's aggressive, I'm assuming that's this over the 5 years.
So I'm gonna give So I did have ChatGPT write it out for me. Just give me all the rundown. So they're saying it says that they're gonna have a gradual release over 3 years.
Okay.
Again, adding context, it's another 800 million tokens that have to be unlocked within 3 years. So no matter how you want to slice it, it's gonna be pretty aggressive unlock.
Yeah, definitely.
It's 800 million tokens within 3 years. No matter how you slice that, it's a good amount that's going to be released. So that's like liquidity. And then the next day, pretty much the day after, we had the Melania token get launched. Another meme token launch. It also went up. It sucked liquidity from the Trump token. Trump crashed like 40% in like 10 seconds pretty much. And then that had a fully diluted value of about 10 billion. However, there were discrepancies with what her holding was said.
10 billion?
What? Yeah, 10 billion.
Okay.
Yeah, Trump got to 77. Melania got to 10.
Okay.
Did not hold the same weight. And I'm going to assume it's pretty much the same vesting schedule, same everything. However, the discrepancy was that Trump's token, that other 80 million, is held by like 5 entities. Melania's was supposedly going to be held by the same 5. It is not. It's much more centralized. It looks like 90%, about 89% about 89% is held within one wallet.
Wow.
Like one diversification.
Yeah.
That's why that's a discrepancy, because apparently it was supposed to be 80-20, but about 89 is really only like 11 to like 9% of the fully
that's liquid
out.
I see.
Yeah.
So my question, is there any utility with this token?
Zero. None of these
Zero
tokens are utility. They're pure memes. It's zero.
Yeah. So my dad called, or I was talking to him, and he's like, "Oh, I heard something about a Trump meme token." I was like, I had to explain to him what a meme was again. I was like, "Bro, we've gone over this." But essentially, the way I explained to him, I was like, "This is either, if you're investing into this token, it's either out of a speculation, like you're kind of like gambling, trying to hope for a higher return one day, or you could look at this as like a donation to Trump's." I was like, it's one or the other, really. However, like a piece, you could look at it like a piece of art. So to say, it's like, oh, I own the Trump token or Melania token, but it's a meme coin, not a functional coin for anything.
I also saw a report on Twitter that said that the Trump wallets, they first said it's a multi-sig wallet, and apparently that they sold about $500 million worth of the Trump token after the first initial large pump. Like after it peaked around like 60, or between 60 and 70, they sold between 500 million there. That caused a big shakeout, and then Melania token launched, and that caused the other 40% drop. I see. And then Melania has also dropped since it's fully diluted value. Like it peaked at what we said about $13, and now it's sitting at $4.
Oh wow!
So that has a $4 billion diluted value. So it's lost like 60% of its value already.
Yep.
I mean, as we always say on this podcast, any celebrity meme token will go to zero.
Eventually, yeah.
Eventually. Trump's might hold, will probably hold better than Melania's for sure, since he is the acting president.
100%.
So we'll see how that plays out. Just to remind y'all, we don't own any. I would advise not to own any yet. It's if you didn't buy when it first launched, you were quite late.
Like, yeah,
especially
don't even...
if you weren't actively trying to sell at a certain number.
Mm-hmm.
Completely speculative, by the way.
Yeah, completely speculative.
The Trump token is currently sitting at $37.88 on Mexi. It's on a downtrend. It could go lower without any hesitation, by the way.
Yeah. So all this happened before Inauguration Day over the weekend.
The Trump token was launched on Friday.
Friday night,
pretty much. Yeah. It caught It caught the majority of the Europe and Asia market while they were sleeping. This was launched like 10 o'clock our time, your time, 11 like late.
So when they were awake then, because if it was 10 o'clock my time, then they're probably waking up.
It could have been earlier then, because I saw the news saying that both the Melania and the Trump token were launched like between 2 and 4 in the morning their time,
Asia time.
Yeah.
So that was like.
So I mean, it should.
So that was Saturday.
So they launched Saturday morning our time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's what occurred. Wild.
Yeah. I would have thought that they were doing it specifically at nighttime, or like Asia daytime, to import some money.
Yeah, maybe, but no.
Damn.
And then that happened there. Sucked liquidity out. Solana made a new all-time high on that same weekend until as the Trump token was launched, because the Solana token, the Trump token launched on Sol, so you had to be in Sol to be on ramp initially and do all that. So Solana reached 290, if I'm not mistaken, and then rejected off of that 290, and now we're back at 240. Really testing support pretty much to then re-rip.
Yeah. Oh, now that you mentioned Solana, yeah, because of that whole Trump token, like the shenanigans frenzy, there was a lot of like outages and delays for the Solana network, where people were reporting up to like 2 hour waits for Solana deposits and withdrawals within like Coinbase and Binance, which is insane.
I'm gonna just correct you. I wouldn't say the network then if you're gonna say Coinbase and Binance.
Oh, true. Yeah. So Coinbase had like delays of up to 2 hours. Binance actually froze all transactions with Solana. They're like, we're not doing this right now.
Yeah. Yeah, the Phantom was down. At one point I saw a report saying that Phantom was trying to transact about 800,000 transactions a minute. And that the Phantom platform just couldn't handle it. It was just too many.
Wow.
From my understanding is though, the Solana on-chain network was working fine. It was just
yeah.
The front end.
You're right. I did need to correct myself. It's the centralized exchanges.
I wanted to add a little caveat to something you said in the beginning about the Trump tokens, both Melania and the Trump official token, meme tokens.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't the fact that they were just released, but it was the fact that they were both tokens essentially within hours were put on major centralized exchanges.
Oh,
and within hours, they were also put on perpetuals trading.
That is true. That did happen.
Trump's token came out on Saturday, basically. By Monday, it was on Robinhood to trade.
Mm-hmm.
Coinbase is already getting it on. It was on Binance like the first 2 days. It was on Bybit. Just want to add a little caveat.